Hello ladies and mental chain, and welcome to 9.17. The Swedish tanks are out, and slowly but steadily I'm gonna start doing content on these as well. Look at me as like the internet explorer of the YouTubers, so slow and shitty. So I started my Swedish journey with the TDs and specifically tier 6. I really cannot be bothered to play anything below tier 6 in World of Tanks, so we're starting at tier 6. And at tier 6 we have the IKEA 65 something, alt or something, or 2, I don't know. It looks like a turd, so I called it a turd. I never really learned its real name, but you can call it the IKEA TD, but I think the turd fits this very well. But unlike the name would imply, it's actually not a bad TD. Before the shit hits the fan, let's get into the stats of this vehicle. So 580 hit points, 330 view range, top speed forward 60, backwards 20, power to weight 20, terrain resistance is okay. In comparing it to a flat Panzer is really similar. Gun depression 10, really nice for a TD, and gun elevation is 12, which is rather shitty, but such is life. When we come to the gun, this thing is using a 9cm gun with really bad DPM. So you have 1484 DPM standard value. Just a comparison, the flat Panzer has 2.4k DPM. So yeah, this is not a very high DPM tank, but the good news is at least in most other ways your gun is okay, so you don't really mind it as much. So you have 240 alpha damage, 180 pen, 1.9 second aiming time, 0.34 accuracy with rather shitty soft stats though. So far in this game we kind of bullied everybody that crossed, and you can see how well this tank does on these kind of ridgelines. It's a really small target for the enemies to hit, as the gun is mounted reasonably high up on the tank, and you can use all your 10 degrees of gun depression to just make yourself as unlikely of a target as you possibly can, which has worked out reasonably well for me so far. And here's our next victim, completely unaware that we are even here, which is kind of weird as we have been doing quite a lot of damage from this position already. So the general tactic you want to use in this tank: find a hull down spot, sit in that said hull down spot and shoot people that cannot shoot you back. KB-85 isn't one of them, because Russia tank balanced cause bad accuracy, blitz, duh. And don't get me wrong, it's not like this is a great vehicle, it's just that compared to a lot of other tier 6 TDs, this is not absolute shit. Like, tier 6 TDs in general, turretless TDs in general, are known to be like the worst tanks in the game. And while this is in the same category, it's not as bad as some of the other turretless TDs at the tier. So yeah, it could be worse. Now we have a Cromwell flanking behind us. We could go for that, but then we noticed that this M4 wants to get killed, so we're obliged his request here. As you can see, I mean, my enemies really struggled to aim at me when I peeked out like that, and apart from the KB-85, nobody was really able to do much to me. So now we pick up the Cromwell as well, and it's probably time to do something different here. The KB2, obviously a big problem for a tank like this. You have no armor, so you're gonna get one shot at every time. But hopefully we can avoid that and kill him instead. Anyways, the equipment choice on this tank. So you obviously have your binos to compensate for your terrible view range. You obviously have your rammer to compensate for your terrible DPM, and then you have ventilation. At least I have ventilation to also compensate for the terrible view range and the terrible DPM. And to be fair, I don't really see any other equipment you could be using on this tank. Also, this tank has ridiculously good camo, so 6th Sense really helps to play this tank. I don't think I actually had it for the most part of playing this, so that's a bit of a bummer, but at the same time we still did reasonably well throughout this grind. So, at least I'll have this tier 6th Sense on the tier 7. And of course, you want to raise that camo even more by training the crew in camouflage instead of repairs. I mean, with 580 hit points, if somebody tracks you, you use your repair kit. If he tracks you again, you're probably almost dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. So now it's time to flank this KB2 and see where it gets us. He did fire reasonably recently, so we should have enough time to kill him. The reload on this thing was around 6.7 seconds, something. Well, it was in 6 seconds, I don't actually remember. Get a bit lucky. I thought the HyperX was sitting in the middle, and think he's still, well, actually I thought that he's sitting on what is that, A7 line right there. I thought he shot me from there, but he is actually not there. He killed a medium tank earlier, and that he could not have gotten from the A7, so he's just probably in the usual flanker position in what is that, D5, no, D7, something like that. Anyways, so now we just need to deal with all the campers. Good load HE now, and that is actually a bit dodgy. I didn't spot anyone. I'm obviously spotted, I just don't have sixth sense, and yeah, that probably could have ended my life. The annoying part here is that our team keeps dying without spotting anything, and the second annoying thing is that HyperX could actually high roll and kill me. I'm not actually sure. Does HyperX's roll for 3 or 320? Either way, he could still one-shot me. I'm pretty sure with even 300 average damage per shot. Moving up now, there's still Artie. There's still 3 TDs. One of them is that HyperX that I talked about earlier. There isn't really much to this. I mean, you just drive in and see what happens. There's not like there's a set strategy for this. And now, the first thing I'm gonna see here is, of course, the Artie. And, of course, what else? 157, bro. Really shitty that I had this HE loaded for this wanker, because I would have finished him off with AP with one shot, but it doesn't really matter, because we would not have shot anything more anyways. There was nothing to shoot at, so yeah, we really didn't lose all that much by shooting HE there. We could have gotten killed if the Artie hit me, but he didn't, so it worked out fine, I guess, is how you could call it. Also, luckily for me, the HyperX didn't one-shot me, and now we have to deal with this thing. And now only the HyperX to go. And what's important in fights like this is try to put yourself as far from cover as possible, and you'll get shots on your enemy before he can shoot you. Like so, you can see the HyperX is super close to the ground, and I should have shot there and done damage to him. But you can see he's so close to the ground that he's never going to be able to shoot me. And here he's like Captain Crayon trying to kill me. He did not succeed in his Skoda. We're gonna shoot him in the ass. I usually don't do this, but this is generally the reason I don't play tier 6 and 5. I mean, these tiers just suck so much dick. It's just ridiculous how bad the players are throughout these tiers. So the last wanker has been sitting in that position for the entire game. I mean, he's still probably there, but we don't really want to go there and execute ourselves on him. Suicide by T67 isn't really my plan for this game, but it's actually really hard to dig that position out because he has much better camo. You cannot deploy your binos in an open field, and I mean the cap circle is kinda in the open as well, so this definitely could be better. So now another Captain Crayon here in his ARL decides it's a really great idea to get shot in the side a couple of times, and instead of angling out, which he could easily do, and just tank the shots because, you know, ARL's front can easily tank the T67, he decides to go out sideways, catch on fire and burn down, which is a rather shitty play if you ask me. So now maybe shooting that moron in his Skoda in the ass might actually cost us this game, because all of us are pretty much one-shots, and you know, he has the biggest advantage on all of us because he has a turret and he has the best camo, probably even better than me, and his position is also superior because he does have bush cover there while I have fuck all here. But it's definitely going to be tough for him to outspot all of us, and at this point, I mean, if he shoots me, I should spot him, and hopefully somebody else is going to pick him up. Anyways, just waiting here to see what happens, and he gets spotted on the other side of the hill, which I noticed like 3 days later, but it doesn't matter as the HyperX picks him up, and that is the game. So here's the end plate: Ace, Tanker, Top Gun, and Confederate. I thought you didn't get medals if you got team damage, but I guess it doesn't matter. So we ended up doing 2,790 damage, and we assisted fuck all because we have no view range. Also did 243 team damage, which I'm kind of proud of because that guy really deserved it. I mean, what an absolute idiot. We got 6 kills and 1,231 base experience. So the IKEA 65-2, or the third TD, or whatever you want to call this, I mean, it's a reasonable tank for a tier 6 non-turreted TD. It's one of the best tier 6 non-turreted TDs, but at the same time, tier 6 non-turreted TDs are really shitty, so it's quite easy to stand out from that bunch. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you on the next one.